Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I'm just going to pull you an additional guidance card as I shuffle the rest of the deck. So you've got go the distance, okay? So go the distance sometimes means that it's an energy of earth, it's an energy of endurance, it's an energy of not giving up. You can clearly see the image. Sometimes it represents, sometimes I've seen when go the distance comes up that we are in a set of life circumstances. It's a little bit like the strength card where we have to call on resilience, emotional, spiritual resilience in order to wait for that finish line, okay? But it's definitely a card of inner strength. Basically, is a bit inner strength. There's not any other way to put it. So some of you might be called to call on that little bit of push. You know, that little bit of push when you feel like every cell in your body is tired, but you have to keep going for it, Cancer, okay? It might be about a relationship. We'll see what the rest of the cards would say. And if it's a relationship, maybe it's hitting a brand new developmental stage. We'll see what the rest of the cards say. So what lies behind Cancer? The Nine of Pentacles. The gift is the Three of Pentacles. The challenge is the World card. How other people are showing up for you is the Page of Cups. Very nice. The Chariot card is essential issues. So you've got your own card. Always love that. I always love when your own card shows up in your reading because it really implies having and calling on your own innate abilities, basically. Yeah, so it's like having the universe a little bit on your side, okay? And the Queen of Cups is the outcome. The Queen, I just asked where the Queen was walking to, and you got the Judgment card, okay? So something, for some people, some relationship might be coming back from the dead, okay? The Judgment card is part of the Death card. So the Judgment card is the other side of it, the resurrection, yeah? Which maybe would make sense with that go the distance card, that maybe some Cancers have been in a tough cycle, by the way, and especially because the World card is your challenge. There's a feeling that some of you might be having to endure quite a tough spell in a relationship maybe, or it might be around work, but because of the Page and the Queen, I'm assuming it's more to do with a relationship, okay? So what behind you is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm a great lover of the Nine of Pentacles. It is a card about spending time on your own, but she's notoriously called the alone and loving it. So being quite at peace within your own being. Again, the irony is, Cancer, when we get to that place, that's when everything starts to come our way anyhow. Not much good comes from a place of lack. The Nine of Discs is not in a place of lack, okay? Very earthy, very connected, very at peace within your own being. And time again, that is when life starts to deliver us what we once really wanted, but we've found a place of peace within us, okay? Now, the gift is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork and working together with others in order to accomplish some sort of goal. It can be to do with work, but it can have an emotional role too. And when it plays out in your relationships, it's about more than one person and you're trying to understand something. So a pulling together of energy. The Three of Pentacles, funnily enough, is a we card and not an I card. And where you're coming from is much more focused on your own well-being, and the gift is moving out to connect with other people. The challenge is the World card, okay, which is your opposite sign. It rules Capricorn. So you're always having to work on the access between self-care and working on units, families, or between, you know, the Cancer Capricorn axis is about your emotional self and the structures of this world. So the World card is looking at the Three of Pentacles, which is a feeling that can be a bit work. Maybe you're trying to create something, some sort of new project, get it off the ground. And because the World is a challenge card, it probably means you're at quite, not early stages, but it's in hand. Something's been created here, Cancer. And I find it quite exciting, to tell you the truth. But a 3, everything starts at an ace. The 3 means it's a work in process, but it's coming together. But you're not at the final destination by any means, okay? Which might be the same case in your relationships, because you've got a Page of Cups. The Page carries the Ace, which tends to mean it's about emotional offers, new beginnings, but, and I'm going to say a but, I absolutely adore the Pages, because if we could keep to that early stage of our relationships, it'd be amazing, because then we always love without projecting. Yeah, we always just love in a very healthy. This is a sort of card, you know, people who've been 20 years married and still hopelessly in love would be the Page of Cups. But it's also, there might be the early stages of a new relationship developing here. Or there's movement forward, but because it's a Page, it's about very, very tentative movements, because the Page is very young. I mean, as I said before, what's that song, Young Hearts Run Free? We should always be working at this young heart, but it's also about the early stages of a new relationship coming through. Offers to meet up, but they don't always go the whole distance. But by the looks of it, because you're ending in a Queen, and the central issue is the Chariot card, which is very much about personal mastery, the Chariot card, because the opposing forces are now pulling together, and that's what we want. All conflict is when different parts of us are going in different directions, and that's where the Chariot card is with personal mastery, because your conscious and your unconscious mind, this might be between you or you and someone else, are going forward in the same direction. And that's what creates union, happiness, good relationships, good everything. Because you're not in a state of dissonance and all over the place, basically, Cancer. So you're going towards the Queen of Cups, who's walking towards the Rebirth card, which is the opposite side of the Death card. This is about, maybe some of you thought that all was lost, and this is the signs. It's like regeneration. So you've gone through a loss, maybe a separation, and this is it coming back. Or actually that's exactly what the cards mean, but I'm sort of trying to see, because this could be sort of read in many ways. There's essentially, to me, that when the Judgment card also appears, you know, we go through times, and then when the Judgment card does appear, is we understand the why. Yeah. And the Judgment card is about saying thank you for all that we've received. You can very clearly in the image, there's 3 people coming out of coffins, and they're receiving all these divine messages and all this divine energy. And the Queen of Cups obviously is about receiving or going forward to make an emotional offer, because she clearly walks forward in this deck. In all my other decks, she doesn't. And that's why I stick with the one deck, because I love the images of this deck. She goes forward to make an offer which is going to be deeply and gratefully received. This is about getting to the next chapter. This is almost, there's one more chapter to go and this book is over. And not over in the way, but over in the way that one chapter has came to an end of a certain story, but it's ending in a very, very beautiful way. But because the World card is still the challenge, it's almost, you know, if a book is 22 chapters and you're at chapter 20 of maybe a story that's been going on for quite a while, and all the whys are beginning to make sense. Yeah? And that's sort of what go the distance means, is a feeling, Cancer, that you're about to reach some sort of something's about to be accomplished. The full cycle. I think it's probably to do with a relationship, or for some of you it might be a relationship and an earth-based project is reaching a synthesis, a pulling together. And I really love it, Cancer. And you know what? It feels quite a long time since I've done a reading like this. The readings this week have been quite challenging. There's a lot of Tower and Three of Swords for people, okay? Including me. And yours is much more about things coming to a conclusion and a rounding up of something. And I'm going to ask if there's one card that would say, what process is this about? And it's about emotional happiness and wish fulfillment. And you know what? I literally couldn't be happier for you, Cancer. I really, really couldn't. I think it's a really big year for you anyhow, with the nodal access on your sun. Always a very deep, the accumulation of an 18-year period in your life. So really, really big deal when the node goes on your sun. And but again, how we choose to turn up for that is all depending on the inner work we've done, because it really is an inside job that we eventually meet as our destiny. And there's a sense here, Cancer, of some definite emotional process happening here that's going to reach in this sense of overwhelming gratitude and joy. And I really am extremely happy for you, Cancer. Much love, and thank you for letting me do this and watching. Bye.